foodies, Chill Brown Vegan here, and today we are trying another vegan recipe. Now I'm sure you've either seen it or heard about it, but Korean street food is taking over the internet. In particular, the cream cheese and garlic bread. Now I know what you're thinking, there's nothing new about garlic bread, but the Koreans just do it different. Now to some of you this might seem like a really weird combination, but I think it's gonna have a nice balance of sweet and savory. I've seen lots of people trying out this recipe, but only one other vegan YouTuber has done it. So I decided it's my turn to take a swing at it. So today we are going to be making Korean cream cheese and garlic bread. Let's get cooking. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna make flaxseed gel. Wait, don't go. There's a method to my madness. Just stay with it and you'll understand the process. Flaxseed gel is very simple to make. You just need 2 ingredients. First, you're going to need 2 cups of water, and then you're going to need 1/4 cup of flaxseed. Now, you need whole flax seeds, not ground flax seeds. Otherwise, this isn't gonna work. And I'm using chopsticks here because they are easy to use and easy to clean. Now you want to turn your water on high, you want to bring it to a boil. Don't leave, you want to keep stirring continuously. Keep checking on it, make sure none of the seeds stick to the bottom and burn. And as you can see, I'm testing the water to see how thick it is. It's not ready yet, you'll know. This is pretty much about the consistency you want. It's almost there. It's a nice goopy jelly kind of consistency. It's kind of gross. But as you can see here, the water is pretty thick now. This is where you want it to be, so you can go ahead and turn the heat off and set it aside. You need it to cool down. Now you don't want it to cool down completely. If it does, it'll become really thick and hard to work with. You just want it to be warm enough that it's still pliable, but cool enough that you don't burn yourself. So I have a hair cap here. If you're wondering what that was, you can use a stocking. I tried using a sieve, but it didn't really work. But basically you want something mesh-like. You can use a nut milk bag if you have one. I did not. And you are just going to squeeze the gel through. As you can see, this is a pretty messy process. I probably should have used a bigger container, but hindsight. So yeah, you just want to squeeze out as much of the gel as you can, and then you are going to reserve or set aside about 3 tablespoons if you can get it. It is a little bit hard to separate the gel, but you can do it. Trust me. Now don't throw those leftovers away. Flaxseed gel does wonders for your hair. So here are my rolls. I'm going to be using 4 dinner rolls, as you can see here. You want your rolls to be soft to the touch, but still firm enough that they do bounce back up. Now it's time to cut the rolls. At first I wasn't sure how to cut them because my rolls are pretty small. I thought, maybe I should quarter it. Should I cut it into 6 like everybody else? So for the first roll, I did end up quartering it. And as you can see here, it looks okay. It doesn't really look like everybody else's, but it does remind me of that, fortune teller origami thing we used to do in middle school, right? Just me? Okay. Pro tip, when you're cutting the rolls, make sure that you do not cut too close to the bottom. You do want to leave a little bit of space. You're gonna see what happens here in a moment, but trust me. For a couple of the rolls, I did kind of cut close to the bottom, but eventually I realized that I need to leave a little bit of space. So make sure you do that. Otherwise, you might have a little accident like I did. Sometimes I like to switch things up a little bit, so I also had Kaiser rolls. Now, these were a little bit tricky because I wasn't sure, should I cut along the design on top? Should I still try to cut it into 6 like the others? So I did cut the first one along the pattern on top, which it looks kind of okay, but I didn't think it was gonna look too pretty, so I decided to cut the other ones into 6 and just hope for the best. Now it's time for the cream cheese. For the first attempt, I used Miyoko's cream cheese. I'd heard good things and I'd been wanting to try this one for a while, so I said, why not? As you can see, the texture is really nice, so I thought it would hold up well through the baking process. Here I'm using 1 cup of cream cheese and 1/4 cup of sugar, but I did end up going back and put another 1/4 cup, so in total a 1/2 cup of sugar. And then what you want to do is just mix it up until it's nice and combined. Once everything is nice and combined and you have this nice creamy consistency, you're going to want to put it in your piping bag and set it in the fridge while you work on other things. Now, if you don't have a piping bag like me, you can simply use a Ziploc bag. Open up the bag, put it into a cup, folding the sides around the rim, then carefully spoon your cream cheese into the baggie. Easy as that. When you're done, just put it in the fridge to chill. Now onto our dredge. The base of our dredge is going to be butter, vegan butter. Scoop out 10 tablespoons of butter. Once you've gathered all your butter, go ahead and melt it on the stovetop or in the microwave. I did it in the microwave. And now we are going to add that to a larger bowl and prepare our dredge. For the dredge, we are going to need 3 tablespoons of soy milk. You want to make sure that it is plain soy milk, so it's not sweetened, it doesn't have vanilla flavoring to it, just regular old plain soy milk. Then you're going to need some Vegenaise. I'm using Vegenaise by Follow Your Heart. Use whichever one you like. We're going to need 2 tablespoons. Now, remember that flaxseed gel we made earlier? Here's where it's going to come into play. If you watch any other recipe, they always use 1 egg. But since we're vegan, we are going to be replacing that with the flaxseed gel. So about 3 tablespoons of the flaxseed gel equals 1 egg. So we're going to put in 3 tablespoons of the flaxseed gel. Next, I'm going to go in with the Go Veggie powdered Parmesan cheese. This isn't necessary, but I thought it would give it a little extra something. So I'm going to be using about a half a tablespoon. Now it's time for some garlic. I'm going to go in with about 1 tablespoon of pre-minced garlic. Feel free to mince your own garlic if you have the time, but ain't nobody got time for that. And you're going to follow that up with 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast and about 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. And just because I like to be a little extra, I'm going to add in some more garlic powder because it's garlic bread and why not? I know it seems like a lot and it kind of is, but we're almost there, I promise. So we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of agave and then that's it. Now we just have to mix it all together. As you can see, the mixture is starting to thicken up a little bit, and that is because of the flaxseed gel egg. Shout out to my girl Hallie. Thank you for the idea. It worked. You're a genius. Feel free to give it a taste just to make sure that you actually like it before you go and dunk all your bread in it. And once it's mixed up, you're ready to go. Okay, I lied. You're not ready to go. Go ahead and get your cream cheese mixture out of the fridge and you are going to spread it in every nook and cranny, every cut that you made in the bread. Be careful, take your time, make sure you don't rip the bread, and don't use all of the cream cheese. Save a little bit for later. Now remember at the beginning of this video when I told you not to cut too deep into the bread? Here's why. Once you get it into your garlicky mixture, your bread is going to become wet. When it's wet, it will be more likely to tear. Exhibit A. Yep, my bread broke. So my first mistake was cutting it too deep. Second mistake was leaving it in the mixture too long. It got a little soggy and the bread broke. So when you're doing this, you want to be quick. Get it in, get it out, and move on about your business. And when you're done, don't you dare throw that garlicky goodness out. Oh no, you can freeze it and use it again. And again. And again. Now go ahead and place your buns on parchment paper lined baking sheet. Here I am adding some parsley just because. And remember I told you not to throw away all of that cream cheese? You're gonna put some on top and try to make it cute. Make a little swirly on top, like so. Oh, one more step, I decided to add some Parmesan cheese. Vegan, of course. And I just sprinkled it around the tops because I thought it would look cute. Okay, so I messed up. Somewhere along the way of transferring my files over to my MacBook, I deleted some of my footage. Specifically, the footage of me taking the cream cheese and garlic bread out of the oven and tasting it on camera and giving you my review. Now, I do want to say this. The first time I tried it, I did it with the Miyoko's cream cheese, which I had no idea it was cultured cream cheese because I had no idea there was cultured cream cheese. I thought I was just getting cream cheese. So the lesson learned is to read before you buy. Now, I just have a few photos that I took after pulling it out of the oven, so I'll go ahead and show you those now. These rolls were perfect. They were crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. The cream cheese stayed nice and firm on top. It didn't melt down, but it was tangy and a little sour and a little bit bitter because it was cultured. So to be honest, I did not really like the cream cheese. I guess you could say I'm uncultured. So I tried it again, but the second time I burned it. As you can see, it's really hard and burnt because I kind of forgot about it. So I tried it again, but this time I used a different cream cheese. I used BioLife's cream cheese, which actually tasted better, but it really melted down into the bread. So while the outside was nice and crispy, the inside was soggy. Here it is fresh out the oven, not as pretty as the first attempt. And you can see it flopping around here. It was very soggy and wet on the inside and not great. You can't win them all. So I attempted it a third time, but this time I used tofutti cream cheese. So I'm gonna show you the result. So here's what it looks like. So this is the final result using the tofutti cream cheese. It did hold its form on top, as you can see. Still ooey gooey. It's tasty and it's nice and crispy. While this is baking in the oven, it's gonna give your house a really nice garlicky aroma. This is my last attempt at making this because I've run out of bread at this point. I started off with nice little dinner rolls and then all I had left were Kaiser rolls, so let's see how this tastes. The Kaiser rolls did get a bit crispy in the oven, but the dinner rolls did hold up well against the heat of the oven. Okay, first bite. We have a winner! So if you try this recipe, I recommend getting dinner rolls and using the tofutti cream cheese. Kaiser rolls will burn a little bit, and the Miyoko's cultured cream cheese gives it a sour, tangy taste. If you like it, try it, but it was not to my liking. The BioLife cream cheese, because it has the coconut oil in it, it melted pretty much immediately and it made the bread a little bit soggy. So in my professional experience after 4 tries of baking, I declared that the tofutti cream cheese is the best one to use. I definitely think this will be a crowd pleaser. I just realized I forgot to put the Parmesan shreds on this one, but it turned out really good. I do hope you give this recipe a try. I'm gonna go ahead and put this away because I don't need any more. It's pretty rich. I could definitely polish this thing off, but I'm not going to. I'm going to exercise some self-control. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!